What's good, y'all? Welcome to an episode of Buzz Boys, and finally have some content to talk about. We are down to the final two. It seems like, um, Woj just Lil Woj bomb says that Mike D'Antoni is meeting with Michael Jordan in the next coming days, and in this coaching process, is we've seen that you know there's been multiple meetings between Atkinson and D'Antoni. Um, Vogel, a couple people got, I think Vogel got interviewed twice. There's been a few people that got interviewed twice, but the final step is the interviews with Jordan. And up until a few days ago, nobody had met with Jordan yet. He was on vacation or whatever. Um, Now it appears that Kenny Atkinson met with Michael Jordan first a few days ago. Mike D'Antoni is going to meet with Michael Jordan, and then they're both going to meet with him one more time, and then after that, the decision will be made. So it's down to the final two now: Atkinson, D'Antoni. Um, I will give Atkinson his props. He can honestly be what we need as far as developing players. We saw what he did with that Nets team. It was a Spencer Dinwiddie, D'Angelo Russell led team. They were a young team, and he got them together and got them into the playoffs. So Kenny Atkinson can be somebody that we do want around. Um, Mike D'Antoni, we know what he brings to the table. He's had playoff success. He hasn't, got a ring or anything, but he's had playoff success, and he's definitely the most accomplished coach that's on the market right now. Excuse me. Something else to keep your eye on: Quinn Snyder. He resigned yesterday from the Jazz. They tried to give him an extension, and he just said his reason was that he thought that the players just needed a new voice. So that's actually kind of something that you rarely see, where a team wants the coach back and the coach just says, nah, I'm good. I'm just going to go ahead and resign. So I'm seeing something with like him linked to the Spurs management, but at the same time, you never know. We can go ahead and throw him in the mix. But I think at this point, with the draft approaching only a few weeks away, I think it's definitely between D'Antoni and Atkinson at this point. I don't think we're going to add anybody new into the mix. Um, with everybody else already going through their interviews, and people are meeting with Jordan at this point, I think it's kind of definitely a lock between those two. But like I said, we know D'Antoni's intangibles: a great offensive mind, doesn't care about defense. And for a team like us, who was already the number one team offensively, or at certain points in the season we were number one offensively, do we really need an offensive minded coach who doesn't care about defense? We kind of saw where that got us last year. And it's actually crazy because I'm literally wearing a Hornets shirt and a Hornets hat. Like, I got on my Hornets outfit today, and boom, ended up doing a video. But anyway, we saw where that got us. That offensive, no defensive mindset. Well, I'm not gonna say no defensive. I think the problem with Borrego was that he couldn't just accept that we were going to win games on our offense, or we just weren't going to win the game. And I don't think that he could accept that. I don't think he could accept that you're going to win games with your offense. When we score 120 something points, that's how we win. We're not going to hold nobody to 90 something points and keep them under 100 and win the games. That's not going to happen with us. And I just feel like Borrego would sometimes make decisions trying to make stuff balanced, but we weren't getting any offensive production. Like when Cody Martin's out there playing 35 minutes and he has 5 points. You cannot afford to have people out there playing that amount of time and not scoring. Kelly Oubre's playing 30-something minutes. He doesn't play any defense, and then he has a bad game offensively and finishes with 5 points. Okay, well, that's like, two players that played 30-plus minutes and didn't score offensively. And it's not like Cody Martin's defense, like he's a Gary Payton kind of guy. Like, bro, people were still giving him buckets too. You can't just, the balance, we got to just keep balance. No. If he would have committed to just trying to win offensively, I think we would have been straight. But anyway, with D'Antoni taking that route, I don't know if that's best for the organization and where we are right now. You want to build the right stepping stones and trying to win the right way. And we do need two-way players. We need our players to want to be two-way players. I think we've seen LaMelo definitely have defensive tenacity, especially on the ball. And he gets steals, he rips guys, and even in passing lanes, like he has the will to play defense. We've heard Miles come out and say, "I want to be Defensive Player of the Year consideration." So it's like this team is hungry to play defense. We've seen PJ play great defense at that small ball five, and at the four, we've seen PJ play good defense. So this team does want to play defense. So I think we need a coach that kind of is going to push them to do so. Um, I don't know, but you can't go wrong with D'Antoni's experience. You can't go wrong with just his pedigree, man. Like, and plus the name recognition, and I feel like the immediate respect he would command walking into the locker room. Only Mike D'Antoni has that right now with all the coaches that are in possible consideration. I feel like as soon as Mike D'Antoni walks in there and says whatever, everybody's ears are gonna perk up and they're gonna listen. Um, I just don't want anybody like a Borrego to where it's like the stuff that is being said is falling on deaf ears because they don't want to hear what he has to say. Now moving to Kenny Atkinson, I think the players do respect him already. There was a tweet that Terry Rozier liked, and it was about Kenny Atkinson possibly becoming the new Hornets head coach, and Terry Rozier liked the tweet. So I guess that goes to show you that Terry Rozier would like the Kenny Atkinson hire, and that's something that you do want to see. That okay, the players are already kind of, accepting whoever is going to possibly be in this new role. So, that's good. And I do feel like Kenny Atkinson can still be somebody that the players will respect immediately. He has been out of coaching for a few years, but it hasn't been that long. What we saw him do with that Nets team, it was for real. Because nobody expected the Nets team to make that playoffs, man. Nobody expected the Nets team to make the playoffs. So, I think he'll be good for player development. And I think that's something that, we've been trying to focus in on for some years now. We're still a young team. We're still one of the youngest teams in the NBA. We have a couple veterans, yeah, but we're still a young team. And if we keep these 2 draft picks this year, we're going to be even younger. So we need a coach with a development mindset that can gel all these young players together and get the most out of them while still winning games and progressing and making a playoff run. So that's why I feel like Kenny Atkinson could honestly really be the right choice. And I honestly feel like that's who we're going to go with. Because D'Antoni, for 2 reasons. One, he wants that money. Like, D'Antoni don't come cheap. He's not, he doesn't come cheap. And 2, we haven't really seen D'Antoni coaching young teams that aren't ready to contend. Now obviously D'Antoni is interviewing. He does obviously want the job. So, I don't know, we'll see. But I don't know if we're at the right level to where it's like, boom, we bring in D'Antoni. Now it's like we're winning playoff series. All I want to do is win a playoff series, though. So if we bring in D'Antoni, he can unlock LaMelo and take him to another level and all that stuff. Cool. But I worry about the defense. If we hire D'Antoni as the head coach, we have to go get somebody like Vogel or just somebody who is a defensive-minded assistant coach, because we need some type of, balance. Like, when Borrego was doing it, it was like he would sometimes shoot us in the foot trying to force the defensive issue. But I feel like with D'Antoni, he's an offensive guru, but we can't have somebody that just says, fuck defense. That's too far. That's too far. D'Antoni will openly say, hey, no take fouls, man. I mean, and I agree with that. I don't really like take fouls either. But he'll literally, no take fouls. Hey, bro, just inbound the ball and we get right back on offense. Give away the points. Let them take that layup. I don't know if that's a mentality that I want bringing in, especially because we've seen LaMelo and Miles and a lot of Hornets players take fouls on fast breaks when they could have got back and gotten a stop. But they take the foul, raise their hand. You're too valuable to be doing that. I don't want certain things instilled in these young players that I feel like D'Antoni might instill in them. Like, I'm on the fence about who I want. Y'all comment down below who y'all want. Part of me wants to say D'Antoni just simply because the pedigree that comes with him. But I do feel like Atkinson could be good for this young team. I really do. Like, now that I've been thinking about it, I feel like Atkinson could be good for this young team, man. Now, the thing was that Nets team, it was only 1 year that they did make the playoffs. But, I mean, he took Karis LeVert, D'Angelo Russell, excuse me, Karis LeVert, D'Angelo Russell, and Spencer Dinwiddie. He took them to the playoffs. So, I mean, I definitely feel like he can work with this group and get them into the playoffs. And one thing about Atkinson, he's a player's coach. Every player seems to like him. There's a long video from that Nets team where DeAndre Jordan, Dinwiddie, Russell, Karis LeVert, everybody was talking glowingly about Atkinson and how much they loved him. And, how he's just a player's coach and lets them kind of, have their own flow. And he has no problem handing the star the keys. They were talking about how he just handed D'Angelo Russell the keys and said, take us there. I think, that's something that LaMelo Ball, I was going to say LiAngelo Russell. I was going to say LiAngelo Russell. I think that's something that LaMelo needs. This is your team. Go, flourish, be the best that you can. So, my pick, man, I'm going to say Atkinson. I feel like that's who we should go with just for the developmental reasons. Development, success in the East. But at the same time, he has balanced mindset. And he's a little younger. D'Antoni, I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna be upset if we go with D'Antoni either way though. Like I like either pick. I didn't want Vogel as the head coach. There was a few people that I didn't want. But I'm not upset with either Atkinson or D'Antoni. I have no problem with it. So y'all comment down below who y'all think we should pick, man. Now they talking on First Take about should Donovan Mitchell want out of Utah. I wouldn't be surprised. But the thing is, the Hornets might go get Rudy Gobert. What do we do? Now that I got time, I'm about to go ahead and make another video about what I think we should do with the 13th and 15th picks. Honestly, I want us to hire a coach as soon as possible because the draft is approaching. And now, honestly, I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of a front office and how they operate. But I feel like the coach should have some say in the draft picks. Now, as far as keeping them and trading the draft picks, I feel like that's like a GM thing. But I do feel like if we do plan on actually using the draft picks, I feel like the head coach needs to be in place so he can have some type of input. Like maybe I don't know if they were listening to Borrego, and I don't know if Borrego had any type of input into the draft picks last year. But maybe he didn't want Book Knight. Maybe he didn't want Kai Jones. I don't know. Maybe if he had his way, he would have said to choose somebody else, and then they actually would have played. I don't know. I don't know. I do just want a coach in place before the draft. I wish we would have already hired somebody a few weeks ago. Just, this preparation into the draft. We're getting really close. It's going to be tight. I don't want us to hire somebody, and then next week is the draft. You got to give your coach time to learn his personnel. And, I don't know, man. Y'all comment down below who y'all think we should choose, Atkinson or D'Antoni. I'm going to go ahead and make another video about who I think we should pick at 13 and 15. And if I think we should keep 13 and 15. I mean, I've already been on the record saying I think we should trade at least one of them and keep one. If we can unload Gordon by attaching 13 or attaching 15, I think we do it. I do want to keep one of them, though, because I want Jalen Duren. If Jalen Duren could somehow fall to 13, I want him. Now, the thing is, we have 13 and we have 15. In between us at 14 is the Cavs. They have plenty of centers. So, really, if we keep both, we don't need to draft a center at 13. We can draft, really, we need like a 3 for real. We just need a defensive-minded 3. Well, a 3 and D. We need a 3 and D 3. That's what we need. But, I don't know, man. If Sochin, or however you say his name, from Baylor is somehow there. Mike D'Antoni joining Kenny Atkinson. Okay, I thought it was another Woj bomb. Thought it was another Woj bomb, but I'm gonna go ahead and attach those tweets and everything that I've been talking about in here so you guys can see what I'm saying. But yeah, I just feel like at 13, because you know the Cavs aren't gonna choose a center at 14, you might as well choose another position at 13, then get your center at 15, whether it be Mark Williams or Jalen Duren. But anyways, I'm gonna say that for the next video. Thank y'all for watching, man. It's been a long time since I made a video. It's been like 10 days, which is really long for me. I don't know, man. I'm trying to get back into it. Just needing content to talk about. And the Hornets are moving slow as shit in the coaching process. And haven't made any trades so far. So I don't know. I feel like if we make a trade, I feel like it'll be before draft night. But I don't know. You know, you never know what Mitch Kupchak's thinking. I know he's cooking up something, though, because Gordon's got to go. Gordon's got to go, and we all know that. If it, you know, we plan on paying Miles Bridges this summer, you know, we got decisions to make as far as PJ Washington as well. So, you know, I fully expect some moves to be made this summer. They're just taking a while to happen. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. I miss y'all, man. I'm about to go ahead and make this other video, so I got some content coming out today for y'all, man. Stay tuned. But for now, enjoy this one. Comment down below, man. Comment, show me some love in the comments. Atkinson or DAntoni, who is your choice? I'll see you on the next one. Peace.